this video is about my first time. Might I remind you that we're baking cupcakes and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. They're mini and they're baking. Okay, my first pet was a dog and her name was Nala, and she got sick and we gave her away and I cried a lot.
Oh. Well, my first pet was Brink. Rottweiler. He was like this big and he was so nice. He was just love in a little, yeah, he's not with us anymore, but he moved. He moved away.
His name
was Prophet.
He was a dog?
He was a dog.
Okay. What kind of dog, Nadia?
A lab? Shut up.
Because me and my mom had them, and then my dad was allergic to them, so we had to give them to my grandparents, and then he died a couple years ago in the forest.
The next one is your first kiss. So it was Christmas Eve at like almost midnight. We went back to his house to lay in the backyard to look at the sky, and that's when that happened, and it was very lovely and nice, and I think I've had the best first kiss to ever be.
I don't really remember my first kiss that much. I just remember
It was a peck, I remember.
Oh, I remember now. It was in the hallway. It sucked.
My first kiss was when I lived in Alabama, and we went and saw the Smurfs, and we kissed watching the Smurfs.
Okay, the next one was your first CD. Oh, mine is easy. Mine was Kesha. The one with like dinosaur and stuff up there.
Was it Animal? I think it's called Animal.
Okay, that's my first CD.
You are a dinosaur.
Okay, what was your first CD?
I have so many.
You can't
I have like 11. That's a lot. Well, the first time I got a CD, like legitimately got one, I got all of the Owl City CDs up until Ocean Eyes.
My first CD was either Avril Lavigne, Hillary Duff, or Pink. It was one of those.
How young were you?
The next one is your first fear. It was when I was little, and of course. And at night, whenever I left to go to the bathroom, I would imagine a dead corpse. What other kind of corpse is there? A corpse of a bride. Oh my God, laying on my bed where I was supposed to be, and that creeped me out so much. And that didn't go away till I was like 10.
Why?
I don't know why.
My first fear were bullies at school because I was bullied so much.
My first fear was water.
Water.
Water was my favorite thing when I was little.
When I was little, like really little, apparently my mom said I liked being in water, but then my dad threw me in because he thought sink or swim type thing, and I sat at the bottom of the pool for a while, but then he came and got me.
I just sat there for a while, you know,
Drowning.
And totally fine.
Then I had a traumatic fear of water.
Okay, your first best friend.
Oh.
Well, my first guys, she knew me when I was born. She's like I would say 3 or 4 years older than me, and she was my neighbor and the daughter of my mom's best friend, and her name's Madeline, something like that.
Michaela.
Michaela?
I knew it started with an M. Michaela Shamataro. She lived down the street from me when I lived in Ohio, and man, we had some fun times. I was in like 1st grade, and then I moved, and then I cried, and I remember the last time I saw her, and I hugged her so tight, and I just didn't want to let go.
Well, you did. And now you're here.
My first best friend was Travis Fox.
Oh, he's in band.
Yeah, he's in our band class, and he sits by me, like right behind me. It's awkward.
Just weren't selling, so she knew that it was time to take the plunge into the new and see things from a brand new view. And yes, young Miss Flora, I am
The first person I texted today.
I don't have a phone, so I'm gonna go with the first person I Facebook messaged today. Is Lillie, and I only sent her one word, and that was okay.
The first text I sent today was a picture, and it was a screen cap of Alex Garrett confirmed your Facebook friend request because I sent that a year ago and he finally accepted it. So that made me happy.
My first text message
your boyfriend?
was my loving, wonderful boyfriend. It was wake up, it's day, and then the little
See?
the C with the little smiley.
It sounds like a smile. This thing is the first date. And we went to Busch Gardens.
We all are jealous.
Of how magical that date was. I mean, it was nice. I liked it. It was nice of him to take me there.
My first date was the circus, right? Does the circus count?
That was your first date? I wasn't on your first date.
I was on your first date. I was the one who invited you.
Both of you were on my first date.
My first date was the same day as my first kiss when we went to the Smurfs. That was my first date.
Your first boyfriend. It was my first, like, a legit boyfriend. It was my first real, actual date boyfriend.
You should do your first both of them.
This guy named Andrew, and he was obsessed with me, and I didn't like him back, but he gave me all this nice stuff, and I would never ever talk to him, and this went on forever. And then my first, like, legit boyfriend that, yeah, that one. His name was Corey, and he's a really cool guy. He's a really cool guy, and we're still friends now. He's going off to college now, and I'm gonna miss him. He better hang out with me still.
I don't remember the first boyfriend that I had, but my first legitimate, what would that be? Would that be Will or would it be Justin? It would be Will.
It would be Will.
How I broke up with him. Knock knock, who's there? Oh yeah, single. Single who? Single you.
Okay, so my first ever boyfriend, neither of these two knew him because I met her in second grade when she moved there, and I started dating him in third grade before I got transferred to her class. And
Ow, doesn't mean I don't know him.
his name was William. Did you know him?
Depends.
You probably didn't. But he was my first boyfriend in like third grade, and he pushed me on the swings and all that. And then he moved after we were like dating for like a month.
Stop it.
And one of my best friends at the time kept telling me how she hated him, so I didn't tell her that we were dating.
Oh, drama, llamas.
And then I told her after he moved, and she's like, "Oh, I had a crush on him." I was like, "What?"
Plot twist.
And then my first like actual legit boyfriend was the one I had my first date, my first kiss with.
Which name?
His name's Jake. He's one of my best friends.
Think things come to me,
1,717 tweets.
and then I met you.
Is that it? I think that's it.
Pennies aside for you.
The reason I did that tweet is because I have this one friend, and she was telling me about how she got a Twitter and how she kept tweeting bands and people, like famous people, and just kept tweeting them over and over again. And I was like, oh, so that's what you do with the Twitter.
So that's what you do with the Twitter.
Yeah.
No.
And then the last one that I have on my list is First Love.
Well, I know who this is.
You guys, I got a song dedicated to this. It's by my good friend Charlie McDowell. I've never really been in love, and that is fine by me. I'll sit at home and refine the person I want to be.
My first love
Was this cat?
Anyways, my first love is the boyfriend that I currently have.
My first love.
He's a nice guy, but he didn't have the right motives for what he did.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
Yes. Cupcakes are made, and they're mini, and they're Reese's. And the video is done. Be sure to check out their channels too, to pet my cat, and
I'm gonna make you into a sweater.
and also